A fire caused an estimated $1 million in damage when it swept through Triangle Truck and Equipment Sales at 601 7th Street on Saturday afternoon, according to Industrial Fire Chief Jesse Nicasio. The building was engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived, and the fire spread to nearby mobile homes in the Avalon Trailer Park. However, no mobile home units were damaged. Firefighters battled the blaze from both the mobile home park and the warehouse. The fire's cause had not been determined by late Saturday, but it was fueled by flammable liquids stored in the warehouse, likely gasoline used for cleaning and degreasing tools and equipment. Vincent Nemanek, a resident of the mobile home park, saw the fire and heard explosions resembling sonic booms. He and a friend alerted the fire department. Another witness, Juna Gardner, heard 3 explosions while stopped for gas a couple of blocks away. The fire was brought under control after employees from nearby produce warehouses moved several trucks blocking 2 gates. About 25 residents of the mobile home park evacuated as a safety precaution. 1 firefighter was injured while fighting the blaze, the only reported injury. Authorities, including Nicasio and firefighters from the Industrial, Stanislaus County, and Empire Fire District departments, responded to the scene. Onlookers initially crowded the area until a garbage truck driver and a sheriff's deputy, later relieved by California Highway Patrol officers, blocked off the street to manage traffic and safety. Vincent Nemanek, a resident of the mobile home park, provided a vivid account of the incident. And quote, "I was just sitting in my home when I heard this loud noise. It sounded like a sonic boom, like something you'd hear in a movie. My ears are still ringing from it. I ran outside and saw the warehouse engulfed in flames. It was chaos. People were screaming, and I saw a few folks trying to move their cars away from the fire. I immediately called the fire department. I could see the firefighters working hard to control the blaze, and I heard more explosions. It was terrifying."
Juna Gardner, who was stopped for gas a couple of blocks away, recounted the terrifying experience. End quote, "I was just filling up my car when I heard these massive explosions, like sonic booms. It was so loud I felt it in my chest. I looked over and saw thick black smoke billowing up into the sky. People were starting to panic, and some were trying to move their cars away from the area. I could see flames shooting up from the building at Triangle Truck and Equipment Sales. I heard at least 3 explosions, one after another. It was unreal, like something out of a disaster movie. I just hoped no one was hurt." The firefighters were incredible, though, working so hard to get the fire under control. "It was a day I'll never forget."
I left the warehouse around 2:30 p.m., as I always do on Saturdays. As the parts manager, I had been working since early morning, ensuring everything was in order, from inventory management to making sure all the tools and equipment were properly stored. When I closed up and walked home, everything seemed normal. I wasn't aware of any issues or signs of trouble. When I heard the commotion and learned about the fire, I was in shock. I never imagined something like this could happen. The thought of going back didn't cross my mind because I didn't know the fire had started until I was already home. As for why I can't remember exactly when I left, I understand that my memory might seem a bit unclear, but it's just a normal part of a long, tiring day. I wasn't drinking or anything like that. I was focused on my work and then on getting home to rest. When you're working hard, sometimes the exact details of the routine can blur. But I assure you, I was doing my job responsibly and had no reason to suspect anything would go wrong after I left. After I realized what was happening, I immediately called Mr. Buhner and told him exactly what had happened. I explained everything I knew up to that point and assured him I had closed up the warehouse properly. This has been a devastating experience for all of us, and we're doing everything we can to understand what went wrong."
Testimonial from Tony Alcalde. "I was watching Benson on television when I heard crackling noises and wondered what the noise was. When I went outside, I saw the fire at Triangle Truck and Equipment Sales. My immediate thought was to protect my home and family, so I told my wife to call the fire department while I grabbed a hose to water the area around our trailer. We didn't have much water, so we had to come out and leave it to the firefighters. The fire was intense, and I could hear what sounded like explosions coming from the building. It was a scary situation, especially since our mobile home is close to the trucking company's property line. I'm thankful no mobile homes were damaged, but it was a close call. Seeing the firefighters working so hard to contain the blaze was both reassuring and terrifying at the same time. It's a relief that everyone is safe, but the damage is devastating. We're all trying to understand how this happened and hoping something like this never occurs again.
When we arrived at Triangle Truck and Equipment Sales, the building was fully engulfed in flames. Our primary concern was to prevent the fire from spreading to the nearby mobile homes in the Avalon Trailer Park. We had firefighters with water hoses fighting the flames from the mobile home park side while others battled the warehouse blaze directly. The fire was fueled by flammable liquids stored in the warehouse, which made it particularly intense and challenging to control. We believe gasoline used to clean and degrease tools and equipment may have been the source of the fire, but the exact cause had not been determined late Saturday. Thanks to the quick actions of the employees from the nearby produce warehouses, who moved several trucks that were blocking our access, we were able to get the fire under control and secure the area. About 25 residents of the mobile home park evacuated as a safety precaution, and I'm relieved to report that no mobile home units were damaged. One of our firefighters sustained an injury while fighting the blaze, but thankfully that was the only injury reported. The support from the Industrial, Stanislaus County, and Empire Fire District departments was crucial in our efforts to contain and extinguish the fire. I would also like to mention that Triangle Truck and Equipment Sales was up to the Uniform Fire Code 1982 edition standards. It's a tragic situation, and we're doing everything we can to investigate and understand what went wrong to prevent something like this from happening again.
From Larry Buhner. I received a call from Tom Wallen shortly after the fire started. He explained that he had closed up the parts warehouse around 2:30 p.m. and everything seemed normal when he left. He was as shocked as I was to learn about the fire. Tom has always been a reliable manager, ensuring that all protocols and safety measures were followed, and he confirmed that the warehouse was up to the Uniform Fire Code 1982 edition standards. This fire is a terrible loss for us, and it's hard to comprehend how something like this could happen despite our adherence to all safety regulations. When I heard the news, I rushed to the site. Seeing the building engulfed in flames and the firefighters working tirelessly to control the blaze was overwhelming. I'm grateful that no one was seriously injured and that the mobile homes nearby were spared. We are committed to cooperating fully with the authorities to determine the cause of the fire and to take any necessary steps to prevent such incidents in the future. This has been a devastating experience, but we will work through it together as a team now.
Testimonial from the garbage truck operator. When I saw the smoke and flames coming from Triangle Truck and Equipment Sales, I knew I had to help. The street was quickly filling with curious onlookers and cars, making it difficult for the firefighters to get through. I decided to use my garbage truck to block off the north end of the street to keep more vehicles from coming in and causing congestion. I just wanted to do my part to help the situation. Once the area was secure and the traffic was under control, the California Highway Patrol officers took over. It was a chaotic scene, but I'm glad I could assist in some way. It's a terrible thing to see a fire like that, but it's important that we all do what we can to support the firefighters and keep everyone safe.